Greetings, everybody, to episode 7 of Whiskey Trek. We'll bring in the rest of the crew. Unfortunately, I don't have the technology to beam them in as well, but welcome aboard, everybody.
Good day.
Okay,
5 fingers.
5, hang
Cheese
in.
mate.
Lil.
Good day.
I'll see Chris is on it. Zenbud.
Nightbot. Cheese mate.
G'day.
Nightbot. 5 fingers high fives hang in AZ.
So the
Nightbot.
communication array is
5
working.
fingers high fives Christats.
As
Nightbot.
simulcast streaming. Yes, bot.
5 fingers
Shut up.
high fives Donald. Nightbot. 5 fingers
Welcome,
high
bot.
fives Dustin.
just let Five Fingers do his high fives.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, 5. So we are simulcast streaming on Kick
Oh, great.
and on Rumble
Okay.
Good day.
and on YouTube.
Stream
The
elements.
communication array
Cheese mate.
is working quite well. All right, guys, let's go around the table. What did we think of episode 7?
Uh,
I thought
I
it wasn't,
mean-
Hello, darkness,
it,
my
it
old friend.
wasn't as good as the last couple of episodes, and it did get pretty dark. And
I
A
don't
little
know. I mean, it was as good. I mean, Amanda Plummer as the baddie, just holy
oh
Christ.
yeah, she was phenomenal. But
Wow. Just, I mean, she needs to be a Bond villain. The next Bond film, she needs to be the villain. End of story. Like, just play Vatic in a James Bond film, and I'm sold. What the hell?
What the hell, Jim?
Oh, fuck.
Jim was trying to impersonate your.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Chief?
Yeah, Chief. Are you doing like your best impression of an uncircumcised penis there, or what?
No, that's like, unkept, half drunk officer who fell asleep partially in uniform.
Okay.
Circumcised penis. What the fuck?
I like this episode, but I gotta say, it really felt like it was half an episode. A lot of filler.
Yeah, in some ways it was. Yeah.
Like I think that episode should have ended with them letting us, like, basically with the big moment where we figure out what's going on with Jack. And I think that's probably going to be the next episode where they do that.
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of people said what you need to watch episode 7 and 8 back to
Yeah.
back.
That's what I heard.
And
People said
and there was just a lot of unnecessary filler here. I like the character that Donald's raving about, but I don't like her as a changeling. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't care about the whole
5
changeling
fingers
thing,
high fives
whatever.
Pinchita.
But I mean, as a baddie in Star Trek,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she gives me the creeps the same way Javier Bardem did in Skyfall.
she gives me the creeps, but it's like that's not what a changeling should be. I don't know.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
But-
no, she's been tortured to hell, so
Yeah,
she's got.
Yeah,
No, she's not a regular changeling.
that too. I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
I mean, Odo was effectively, it sounds like, tortured. It seems like this is not an uncommon thing.
Not like that.
I
Not
get
like
you.
that.
There's levels to this, but at the same time, it seems like they've all been put through some pretty shitty situations, and they've managed to remain changelings.
Well, I mean, for
It's a
the
little
ones that
weird.
were sent out, across the galaxy, yeah. But this, I mean,
And not only that, because what's happened to her and what she's able to pass on,
Yeah.
they're a short lifespan and they're probably in a lot of pain and to be able to do what they're able to do. So
Good day.
that could probably
yeah,
Lilith Morgan.
definitely mess with you.
Cheese
I mean-
mate.
They're not part of
When
the link, you know.
when I saw, her performance, it reminded me of Bardem in Skyfall when he takes, the top of his jaw out, and he's like,
Today.
"Mommy has been very bad."
Comandante Lou.
And I was just like,
Cheers,
Yeah.
mate.
Hey, Lou.
Nightbot.
"Yeah,
5 fingers, high fives, Lilith Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give Amanda Plummer credit. She is chewing scenery up spectacularly. She's great.
oh, just awesome."
Night-
That being
Nightbot.
said,
5
she's not
fingers,
even
high
a real
fives,
big bad.
Captain
It's
Luapmano.
whoever's shooting her order, and we still don't know who that is. I think there's some good speculation as to who it might be.
Yes, we do have some good speculation,
Yes.
but
It's definitely open to lots of theories of who and what and how
Which
and
we'll get to later.
Did
We're
they
gonna
give
find
did
out,
they give
yeah.
did they give it a name at all in that scene? I can't remember.
no.
Second.
Did they give us a name or just something to call the being?
No.
Skullface. Mushy
Go ahead.
Skullface. No, pretty much everyone just calls it
I
CGI
can't see
Skull.
Tim Roth in Star Trek hanging. I mean, maybe
Tim Roth as a baddie?
in Star Trek.
I mean, you could have anybody in Star Trek. It works.
You could.
They just need the
I
right.
can admit,
character.
there's one thing about this episode that kind of irked me. Is that they basically took Rafi and Worf and went, "Okay, yeah, you joined everyone else. Fuck you. You're on again." Like, what was even the point?
Supposedly they're,
Ken.
doing their own thing, digging around.
Thanks
So,
for the likes.
Yes.
yeah. Honey Bunny.
Yeah, I that's what I was going. Honey Bunny. Yeah, you gotta have Honey Bunny and Tim. Yeah. Imagine if the skull turned into Tim Ross and was like, "Be cool, Honey Bunny."
I think the data lore thing. The truth be told, they could have again, if they wanted to make this a longer series, that could have been its own episode.
I liked the data war thing once I got my head around what they were going for and went, "Oh, okay, I see where you're going now." It was interesting. Some of the people watching with me didn't like it and almost thought it was offensive. I'm like, no, I get what they're going for. It's weird, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
one of those things that
And we get to learn that Sun and B1 and are just in memory. They're not actually characters.
Which is convenient.
Yeah, they're a memory file. The actual main characters within his neural net are actually lore and data fighting it out.
Yeah,
We'll
left
get to
and
that
right
later.
brain.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like partitioning
Right.
your PC almost.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
at some point they're going to tear down that wall that's supposed to be like helping Data maintain himself, and
Right.
That's
Of
the
course.
point.
I think the end
Well,
result should be
it already happened this
The new
episode.
being.
You saw it for most of the
Yeah.
episode.
It's going to be Data with a bit of attitude.
Which is the point.
yeah, which that would be
Again, we'll
fine.
get to that.
More
Well,
human,
yeah.
yeah.
Again, it should have been its own episode. Again, this felt like half an episode, but it felt like multiple half episodes. if that makes sense.
I mean, Data with an attitude, we've already seen it, in Generations when the Enterprise saucer was about to crash into the planet. He's like,
shit.
oh, shit.
One of my favorite scenes of all
And then,
time, man.
Yeah, after they attack somebody.
He's like,
That was
That's
so
how you
good.
do swearing in Star Trek. That's how you do swearing in Star Trek.
yeah. Just have Data like, oh, shit.
They should literally just have that scene over and over again in Star Trek, and I'd never stop laughing.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so this whole episode starts out with a 5-minute mind fuck.
Yes, it does. But we need before we get into the episode, can we address in the world of Star Trek the new news that's come out with the giant elephant?
If you must.
Do we have to really?
I mean, I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
we
I'm
gotta
good with
address it.
It sucks.
But one thing about the announcement which I find weird, which kind of makes me really suspicious since I watched Midnight's Edge and what they were talking about, what's going to happen on Wednesday, which is First Contact Day. Why did they announce it now instead of on First Contact Day? I mean, that's the day to do it. It's only a few days out.
Yeah. I'm just, well, like I said, I'm just worried that this new, Star Trek series There's going to be, Star Trek 90210 that, is meant to represent people that identify as, lesbian, transvestite, gender fluid, people that like to fuck skunks and then tick a box. And then
it's 100% going to be that. Yep. It's 100% going to be that.
Like,
I have no hope for this. It's set in the 32nd century. It's meant to be the most diverse class ever. It's written on the fucking thing. It's like, yay!
Who cares? Star Trek's always been diverse. Star Trek from the very beginning, from the very first series.
Yeah, not in the diverse that we understand. The diverse that they're talking about in modern day Trek.
No, like, who cares? Why do you have to say it's going to be the most diverse? Like, that is the point of Star Trek. I mean, even the Vulcans say it: infinite, diversity and infinite combinations. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, all I've got to say is, if they're saying it's the most diverse class ever, there better not be more than one human in this whole fucking class.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
I agree.
Diversity means
bring on apocalypse.
No, I mean, there better be like a fucking like gas being. There better be like a fucking like light photon being, like stuff that lives out in space.
No, we want species A4 too. Yeah, space fucking being.
Yeah, I want to see like like those little I want to see like cyborgs. I mean,
I want to see attack tribbles.
Well, I want to see, but I mean,
Nightbot. 5 fingers, high five.
There won't be any Klingons in that class.
Romulan.
Like it just, come on, guys. Honestly, like, why do you have to put that in the goddamn marketing material? And
because Kurtzman's always said that Star Trek is about a platform for messaging.
No, but it has been, but it never actually billed itself as, look at us, look at how diverse we are. They just went about it, did it, showed the world, and that was it. Because in the 24th or 23rd century, it was intended to show that humanity has moved beyond those distinctions. That's it.
Yeah, you
when you have an interplanetary spatial relationships, kind of.
Yes.
Your definition.
Come on, Kirk was the king of interplanetary spatial relationships.
Oh yeah, I mean, that guy got more alien strange than anybody. You know it.
Kirk was out there to seek out a new vagina.
And maybe penis too, apparently.
Well, if they even have vagina, I mean, they're talking about different species. Yeah.
New vagina or alien or anal
cavity.
It was that alien in Star Trek
gone before.
Yeah. It just, and then, species that keep genitals on their knees, like in Star Trek 6, when he's like, thank God he had knees, and is like, that wasn't his knee. And then
like, the genitals in the same place.
I mean, do you want to tell me? And he's like, not all species keep their genitals in the same place. Like,
exactly. I mean, you've only got to look at the species of animals we have on planet Earth with all the weird and wonderful ways of copulating. Kirk was an intergalactic baby. He didn't care.
Well, it's sort of like good old Men in Black with the old Balchinian.
Yeah, there you go.
Intergalactic baby. He didn't care. That's right.
And maybe that's what the whole Section 31 experiment is with Kirk. They're just going, let's take Kirk's sperm.
I think that was just Easter egg set up the Picard thing.
They're probably
to humanity.
They're probably still researching his STDs. So it turns out we've got this.
That's valid.
All merged together.
He's got all of them.
Yeah, Captain VD. There you go.
I mean, honestly, I think that goes one of two. That's going to go one of two ways. Either it's just an Easter egg to set up the Picard thing.
It's just an Easter egg.
Or the final episode, or for the final episode, we're going to see Frontier Day at the very end, and we're going to see the most epic collection of Star Trek captains ever.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm not sure which.
Hopefully in hollow form.
I mean, also,
you would hope.
You said you saw a panel that showed Captain Archer.
Yeah,
That was behind
Moriarty.
Moriarty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the panel you saw said something about an android. It wasn't Archer because I was looking for that.
No,
I thought the panel said something about something android.
No, there was that one, but then there was one scene that said Archer, and I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look for it. Kirk had too much testosterone for the new generation.
Maybe it was actually Porthos, Archer's dog.
Oh God. His dog reappeared. Yay!
Yeah.
So
Finally.
have you guys heard the rumor that on Star Trek Day we're going to get Section 31?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Honestly, I think that could be kind of cool if it's done right.
It's the worst kept secret right now. I mean, come on. Michelle Yeoh, I mean, if she's in it, okay, I'll give it a go just because she's awesome. And yeah, but
I think we just have to turn off Star Trek when you watch these shows because they just go against everything that is Star Trek. But anyway,
and I will say, thankfully, we have at least 2 more seasons of Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. So that, I mean, Lower Decks is awesome, and Strange New Worlds, that's promising. Because I've rewatched some of the Strange New Worlds episodes recently, and after giving them a second look, there's a lot of potential there. There's some things they need to clean up, but I think overall, it could end up being a good Star Trek series.
Yeah.
I think it's going to.
I think they just got to develop the characters some more, and I think that's what season 2s are all about. Is all right. Season 1 we established the captain. Season 2 is about the rest of the crew.
Yeah,
we're starting out season 2 with a massive cliffhanger because, oh, by the way, somebody squealed on number 1 and now she's been taken away by Starfleet. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's pretty obvious who it was who squealed on. I mean, they've telegraphed it pretty well.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully it gets better.
And
didn't they renew Prodigy too?
They're doing 1 more season of Prodigy, and I think that's it.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't announced like additional seasons apparently. So, and I think the next season of Prodigy is in like 2024, 2025.
Okay. Well, it's the same with Discovery. It's not till the last season.
Yeah, next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, had I known exactly where they were filming it here in Toronto, I could have burned the studio down.
Oh God, Donald!
Bomb it. Exactly, bomb it.
Yeah, just bomb it.
Anyway, all right. Let's start the episode.
You could have just haunted it with a random kitchen snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? This was cool. They're hiding in a scrapyard. And it's DS9.
Yeah, the Chintaka system, exactly. Yeah, DS9.
Yep.
So they're hiding in the ruins of the Dominion War.
Basically, yeah. Because wasn't that where one of the main shipyards was there in DS9, right? Yeah. So they're hiding out in the blown up, ruins of a shipyard.
And again, they found the lights, but I reckon 7 looks awesome as a captain.
I agree. Yep.
7 just looks awesome.
And I actually like the uniforms they were wearing. The
leather vest.
Looked like
they were
a jacket. Yeah, they were.
I like that too. Yeah, that was pretty cool too. So then we hear the voice, and then we see Tim Russ, and I was like, "Hey, Tim Russ!"
Yeah, Tim Russ.
He was one of the first Star Trek actors I ever met. Awesome guy.
Oh, you met Tim Russ? Fuck you.
Yeah, I met Tim Russ. I bought his music CD.
Cool.
Yeah, he's been one of the most
really
active.
He's done heaps of appearances in other Star Trek fan films, and
I was just going to say he's been probably one of the most active in terms of like fan films and things like that.
Oh yeah,
one of. There is a couple others, but he's definitely one of the biggest for sure.
Yeah.
I was watching that.
So the only thing I have,
It
like
seemed
I've
super
addressed
cool.
before, is what the hell are they doing with his fucking ears? They look like bat wings, but we'll get into
No,
that.
Yeah, his ears are kind of wonky. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, did he
And
get in a
that-
fight or something? Somebody like grab his ear and rip it?
That's what
Yeah,
I was
I guess he's
addressing
getting
with.
older,
I can't remember
but-
her name. I was dressing before. That's the same
Yeah,
thing they've
cool.
done with her ears.
Well, hers look a lot better than his, though. Jeez, his look terrible.
Nah, like in that episode we talked about it when you
Oh,
said
hers isn't good either. I'm just saying, his
his
are worse.
I mean, I get that he's supposed to be an aging Vulcan, but it's like,
He's
Dial
being
back
turned
a bit.
into Yoda.
He's being
Yeah.
turned into. He's,
what do you want?
he's being turned into a fucking elf. That's what it looks like.
No, it's a
Like, with
fucking
those
bat,
ears.
man. It's a fucking bat. So they're, she's talking to Tim, and they're Tuvok, and they're doing the analyzing thing, going
Yep.
back and forth, like, yep, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, asking some questions, and I did like the moment where she pretty much goes, yeah, it's Tim, and then you get the Voyager music.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh, that's cool.
The Voyager fanfare, that was nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
I mean, they
Then
really
they
set the
switched up.
audience up well.
they
Oh
mind
yeah,
fucked us.
that was a good setup. Yep,
Like,
that
guys,
was a
we're gonna rip your heart out.
setup.
Yeah, they really
Yeah, with the ear thing, like, what the fuck is with this batwing?
yeah.
Like I said, I get that he's supposed to be an aging Vulcan, but dial it back a bit. Jeez.
Yeah, look at it. I mean, that's
I mean,
what his ears are meant to look
so-
like.
Maybe he's
You
got
look at
part
that-
Ferengi in him. You never know.
if you look at that,
Hello, Cyrus, bro.
I kind of get what they're trying to do.
Cheers, mate.
Like- They're trying to age him. They just didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, agreed. It just
No,
yeah,
it's the ears, like I was talking about with the bridge crew, the science officer. She's got exactly the same style of ears where they come out and go back and got a bit of a twist in it. It's fucking weird. I don't
Yeah,
understand why.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Nightbot. 5 fingers,
the-
high fives, Iris.
They really stick out like a bat.
Uh-oh. Nope. There goes the
Nightbot. 5 fingers, high
know-
fives, Osiris Ra.
I get what they were doing here, but I feel like they kind of squandered an opportunity to add an interesting piece to the group instead of just creating, another evil mindfuck changeling. You needed more of those.
Well, they're all taken because we get into it later. She's actually passing it on. Which it's kind of strange because her face is like we see
Good day.
his face now. G'day, Zenbu.
Zenbud. Cheers,
Where it's
mate.
got all that veiny thing happening. The same Vatica's got the same thing, but when you see Tim, I mean, Tuvok, he doesn't. And when all the other changelings, when they do the thing, so maybe I don't know. That, yeah, it's just continuity kind of thing. But yeah, they realise that and Picard goes, "Where the hell's Riker?" And I'm right here, and I'm dead, and you're about to be dead too. When we're finished with you, you wish you were dead. I'm like, damn, okay, they're not mucking around. And then he's like, "We can't stop doing this. I got no more places to hide you guys. We can't hide anymore."
Poor Geordi, he's like stressed to the max.
Jody just became
Yeah,
such
it's
a
like,
even bigger wuss in this series. Like, come on,
Ah.
guys.
How about that?
He gets better as they go on in this episode, but
Yeah, I
early
was
on,
gonna say, I
like,
think by the end of the episode, he redeemed himself. He's fine.
he gets better by the end. But like for a while, there's like, come on, like this dude's like, he's scared of everything. It's like, bruh, if this whole thing goes the way it looks like it, this is the end of the world.
yeah, this is no little
Yeah,
little
exactly.
tactic in the
It's like,
corner.
dude,
It's like, we should just give up. And I'm just like, Jordy, shut your freaking
it's like,
hole.
dude, you either help Picard or your whole family's gonna be changelings anyway. What don't you get?
Yeah.
All fucking dead. And then Picard's like, "Yep, well, we got no one else. We're now alone. We're screwed."
I do have to say that as we've gone through this episode, as opposed to last season where it was just like, what Picard is this? this is Picard. This is the
100%.
Picard that we saw in TNG. He actually resembles that Picard.
Yeah.
That's exactly all the characters do. You know, it's been 30 years. They've all grown, they've changed, but they're still those characters. And this is another. You know, we've got a new take on them. They've grown as characters. They're the most character.
Sure.
Like Brian Minette was even saying this is, well, someone was saying this is the most character we've got from the TNG cast. And I have to agree with that.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, part 7, Dominion. I love this shot where you see the ship and it pans down and goes to the ready room window. I thought this was cool. And again, we get to see those. I want those models in my background. Like, can I have those? They would look awesome. Jordy said maybe we should just give up, puss. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Beverly's like, well, I might be able to cause some genocide. What do you think, guys?
Yeah. It's like, and then when Picard's like, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there with the morality.
Yeah, like you investigate that. We'll deal with the morality
that
of
was
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
It was such a weird, duality because you had Beverly who, it's okay, this feels like TNG, where we had these more guans, and then Picard's like, yeah, we'll cross when we get to it. Excuse me?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it just
was a
shows
little
how much.
jarring.
I mean, it just shows how much the characters, I guess, have evolved because Beverly is in full mom mode there.
Yeah.
Just like, yep,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
care.
later on in the episode where both of them are with Vatic and they have a bit of a discussion.
Yeah, and then it goes whole time in another direction.
I think they've got to the age where they just don't give any fucks anymore.
That's such a terrible joke. My God.
Uh,
Whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word.
Well, I think it's more a fact that
oh no!
I think it's more a fact that they're all sitting there going, "Well, you can only be charged with treason once."
Yeah, God said, add it to my
Good
tab.
day.
Yeah,
Ronald
like
Brown.
that.
Cheers, mate. Nightbot. Donald Rance kicks Nightbot right in the digital cojones.
And then Geordie has a theory as like, well, maybe they're gonna use Jack's DNA and your DNA to make a super hybrid on Frontier Day,
That's
etc.
one
And then
Yeah,
oh, we need more information. Well, I know somebody who's got some more information. So then we go to
This got
Mr.
wild.
Dumbledore.
Yeah,
This is interesting.
I have to say, Brent
Why are you
Spiner-
so old? I can't look at your face anymore. I love the line.
War.
You're so old.
It was weirdly refreshing to see Laura again after all these years. He
Yeah,
hasn't fucking changed at all. He's still the same dickhead.
I mean, Brent Spiner knocked it
Yeah.
out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked it out of the park.
Really,
in this.
yeah.
He just
Yeah,
Wow.
he
Just
definitely
the
has
way
the
he can
coolest.
switch from data to law.
He definitely gets to stretch his acting more than any other character really does because of all this stuff.
yeah,
And a lot more than he's ever been able to in Star Trek playing Data.
yep.
Well, but he got to play Data. He got to play Lore. He got to play Data as a.
Yeah, I said as Data. I mean, you only got
Yeah.
little bits to do as Law and Sun, but
Yeah.
here he can just flip between backwards and forwards.
Yeah, he's doing his Edward Norton impression in this episode.
Yeah.
Star Trek, Fight Club.
That's it.
Picard is an android now, so meh. Yeah.
Well, after all, Dustin, the first rule of Section 31 is to not talk about Section 31.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're going to have a whole series. Though they've all got badges and a space station and membership cards,
Yeah.
and a discount membership card when you go into the commissary.
But it's a secret handshake. It's
No, it at this point it's a joke. That's it. Like
it's
Yeah.
You've got to go through a rectal probe.
no, not even. Not even. Now to get into Section 31, you've got to be emotionally damaged. That's it.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's every Star Trek character in modern Star
Yeah.
Trek. Yep.
Just
Okay.
So what is lurking in Picard's old body and Jack's? Well, that's what we're going to find out, aren't we? We've all got theories.
Well, So with this, and I had to think about this, and I didn't piece this together until after the episode had just ended. But I think what's going on here, what they're getting at here, and again, some people I'm watching with didn't care for this. I think they're calling back to the original series, to when Kirk got split in half by the transporter.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
you had that duality between the rational, logical Kirk, who was also cowardly, and the impulsive, hot-tempered, irrational Kirk, who would just do whatever he wanted regardless.
Yep.
You have the same thing here. They're doing the same thing here, and the only way this comes out is Data has to integrate both of those personalities and balance them out.
Yes,
That's
but the whole thing is the glue that put those two Kirks together was his horniness.
Hey, Data got laid more than Geordi ever did.
Fully functional.
Right.
Yeah.
He was getting laid in the first season, man.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm jacking off.
Back when what was it?
Tasha Yar.
Good,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is a discussion for later, but
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going for here, and I like it. I think it's kind
I think
of
you might be onto something there,
way
because
to-
there is something to do with the transporters where the chainlinks don't use the transporters, and
Well, yeah, that's wasn't what I was
something
getting
to
at.
do with the transporters.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's probably because the biofilters in the transporter had actually filtered something out of them.
Possible.
There's something to do with
Especially
the
that isotope, which they talk about.
Yeah, that 100 year, so they could track.
Half-life
all
thing,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it was
So
that
they're
whole
going
line about
backwards and forwards, and Law's pulling the piss out of how you Hulk's
Yep.
so old, and humanity sucks, and we just want to live, and blah blah blah. And then Picard's like, this is a second. I've already seen him die twice, and I can't do this anymore. Turn it off.
Yep.
So they put him back into stasis.
with,
And then the
we'll come
Shrike
back to later because that
comes along.
brings up its own question.
Yep. So then the Shrike comes in, and Mr. Space CGI Skullface.
So,
Mhm.
can I speculate here on who I think that is, or do we want to do that later?
I'll go for it.
I've got two competing theories here. The first theory, again, is based on just the verbiage that Skullhead here is using and their posturing. I think that might be Dukat as a power wraith. That's my first theory. And my second theory is it's some communication medium for Sela, Tasha Yar's daughter.
Yeah.
It's still fucking psycho.
I mean, you and I have kind of agree on the first one, because at certain points you see like the Cardassian head ridges that form, and then the way the character speaks and everything. Like,
The
yeah,
only problem I have with that theory is it's just like Dukat was a DS9 big bad. It doesn't really fit with Picard or TNG.
but it does fit with the Dominion.
It does fit with the Dominion, so it works in that
So-
regard, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole
Yeah,
change.
and I've always said, because Jack has the red eyeball thing, I've always gone Wraith immediately.
Yeah,
with the
that
red
that kind of
Right.
yeah, I was thinking about that too, like the whole red eyeball and able to take over
Well,
other
that being
people's
said,
minds.
If it is Dukat as a
Yeah.
power wraith, you know what that sets us up for, right?
Cisco.
Cisco.
We're not going to
If
get.
they kept that under wraps until the last episode, that would be unbelievably epic.
I mean,
It would.
I think all of us here are we'd have to go pick up pieces of our skulls.
I'd have to
I'm
change
like-
my underpants.
Yeah.
Like, we
I
would
mean,
all just have
I
to
think
go.
I would just go. This would happen to me.
Like, honestly,
Why?
if
Actually, that's what my head would look like if that whole thing happened.
I mean, that being said, do I think that's
Yeah.
going to happen? No, but it would be absolutely epic if it did.
I mean, yeah, if that actually happened, we'd all have to like pick up pieces of our skull from various parts around the world, because it would just. That's it.
And that's on the one hand. On the other hand, it would also kind of undermine the whole season, because if you have to call in Cisco to defeat the big bad, what was the point of the rest of this?
Yeah.
And this is a good point. It's like whatever was in Picard was in him since birth. Something was causing
Yeah.
the edition.
Well,
here,
yeah,
Jack.
that's the
Weird
thing.
going on there.
What they talked about was, so basically they imply in the episode, right, that Picard didn't actually have whatchamacallit syndrome.
Aromatic syndrome.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. That. Yeah, because Data was saying.
Was in doubt.
Well, and so I read this somewhere. Basically, somebody was going through the timeline, and as you remember, that whole thing happened because of an alternate timeline or something that got diagnosed, and it all came from Q moving him into the future.
Yep.
So
Sure,
and that timeline basically would have put Picard just like a year after he was on Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
So did Picard pick up a Paul Wraith?
And if so, how the fuck did that happen?
Well, again, he was on Bajor during that DS9 episode, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
because he did a whole bunch of stuff on Bajor.
And then from what I remember, they never fully proved that it was neuromatic syndrome. They just said that's the most likely scenario, basically. But Crusher can never fully prove it.
yeah, I just think we're all being set up to be absolutely mind fucked in the last episode right now.
It'll turn out it's Moriarty at the end or some thing.
I mean, if it were Moriarty, I'd be excited.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
I don't think it's Moriarty. I think they did what they were going to do with Moriarty. The third theory I have is that this has something to do with Locutus, but I don't know how you really make that work.
How about this?
Yeah.
Turns out it's actually Vic.
Vic Fontaine, yeah.
Vic's gone evil. Nice.
Vic turned.
I mean, if it
Vic
were Moriarty, I would be absolutely chuffed to bits because it would just be like, yes, give me more Moriarty. That's all I want.
That'd be such a next generation thing to have it somehow.
Cool, but again, I think they did what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Angus. So whatever was in Picard survived the Borg simulation when he was Locutus. If there was something involved, that's interesting.
Yeah, or did the Borg give it to him?
Now, this is where I go back to where I think they're drawing.
Or is that what the Borg was drawn to?
I think I think it might be Locutus. I think they're drawing from the novel The Return, and I think the implication here is when they assimilated Picard, they injected him with nanites, and so we're going to.
Well, yeah, he would have had.
We're going to steal his remains to bring back Locutus to fuck with the Federation.
Yeah, that makes
which is really kind of lame.
It is lame. It makes sense though, because they do reference earlier in the season. When Shaw's going on his rant, he's like, the Borg.
Well,
there's only one goddamn Borg. They gave
not
a
only
name.
that, but that vision that Jack has, where he's on the bridge and he attacks crew members.
Yep.
Apparently, that's a copy of a vision that Picard had in one of those episodes, after he was a simulator or something.
I got it. I know what it is.
Okay.
You guys know that it's Secret Hideout that does all these shows, right? They're the ones that have got the licensing to do Star Trek. If you see the Secret Hideout logo, there's a red door, and what has Jack been seeing? It's a red door. It's fucking Secret Hideout. They're the.
Okay.
It'll turn out at the end of this, it was just Jack needed to get himself a red bezel Tudor. It was just a watch advertisement, the whole thing.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah. There you go.
Made by LaForge's daughter.
All because of Rolex.
Rolex.
That whole subplot about him and LaForge's daughter is just, why are we doing this?
We're gonna. Yeah.
It's
a set.
we need a comic relief, but it doesn't work as comic relief. It's just awkward.
Well, again, this
I don't think it was meant to be comedic. I think
this is the problem with this episode. Is they had like 5 different storylines that would have worked as parts of a long 20 episode series. They just threw all of the shit in this episode. Hey, let's throw a little this in there. Let's throw a little that. This would have made a good episode. And it's just
there's sprinkle this in there. Just
this episode just by the end of it, I was just like, oh my god, I just processed so much crap. We went nowhere with any of it.
think it might tie in with the aliens Wesley pieced out with.
Possibly, but I don't see it because it seems pretty clear they have no desire to.
Supposedly they land the ending, so that's all we got. Supposedly
maybe the alien is Wesley Crusher because he's pissed off at everybody for not inviting him back.
Well, I mean,
okay.
He's with the Traveler, so the Traveler really doesn't give a shit about, intergalactic events.
No.
You just want to, phase in and out of like space-time continuums and explore. That's it.
Well, maybe the big bad is Cass.
What? No.
Yeah. That would be funny.
And she's
that would be
funny.
87.
That would be stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what this boils down to is I think our best theories are Sela and Dukat, and because they're, loose ends that were never
maybe not even
Dukat,
just the Power Wraith.
Become a Power Wraith, but that just was a loose end, just like we have with Cisco and Sela. We haven't seen in years, so that's just a dangling loose end flapping in space.
So here's the thing I come back to. So we know that essentially we've got an evolved version of the changelings here, right? And we know it was some experiment that was done to them through, Daystrom or Section 31 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but that's Vatic. That's not the skull thing. The skull thing is able to really mess with Vatic.
I'm not done.
Yeah.
But what did they use? What technology or whatever did they use with Vatic? And that's why I was thinking like 8.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was thinking like 87453, like because they were also changed. They were also shapeshifters, right? To some degree.
Yeah.
So I mean maybe
they had
there was
telepathic powers and stuff because that's what Kess was picking up on and shit.
Well, they had telepathic powers too, but they also could change their form.
Could
if
they?
I remember correctly, they could change their form.
I don't think so.
Did they?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. I don't think they changed their form. But she's definitely scarred by what Skull Dude was actually doing to her, and like you were insignificant. We need Jack. Jack is the key, whatever it is.
Yeah,
he's got a really twisted thought.
But
the only thing that would make it worthwhile to reuse the Borg here, and it would make sense, Jack with the red eyes and the tie into the previous Borg hallucinations that Picard had. What if Jack is an evolved form of the Borg because of Picard having been assimilated?
Yeah, actually,
what would that be?
I've heard theories about that.
That is scary.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at memory-alpha.fandom.com, and they're saying that 8472 could shapeshift.
Oh yeah, 8472. Yeah.
Okay.
You got enough going on
whatever. I guess whatever biological form for a short time or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and remember the whole thing about them was that they were like this super ultra highly evolved species. So
yeah.
Again,
including space that destroyed the Borg like they were flies.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if maybe the Federation had some DNA or something that was
involved.
Can
you go back to the skull face?
And that whole thing.
Okay.
Ah, Christ. It kind of looks like species 8472.
It does.
It does, yeah.
No, it's Quark. Look at those ears. It's Quark.
that would be really funny and really disturbing.
Dustin, you put it in the Discord. It's going Nagus.
Yeah. I wanted to put a picture of
Ron
I couldn't find one, so I just
but
Zach in there.
It's actually funny because now I'm seeing Brunt and the fact that he was mentioned in a criminal report. So
yeah, that's right. It's Brunt.
No, it's once as far back.
FCA.
But yeah,
but that's the thing. We've got 50,000 different theories. It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens, and hopefully we're not. Well,
yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to lean into the ones that are the most logical, and right now I would say it's Sela, Dukat, and I guess 8472.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go with Par Wraith, but I have no freaking clue, to be honest.
Although,
I mean, honestly, I kind of wanted to be Dukat just because of the possibility of Cisco showing up, but again, on the other hand, it's like, ugh, really?
I mean, I kind of have a problem with 8472 because they kind of made peace in that Voyager episode when they replicated Starfleet Academy and then, sat down and talked. So it seems less likely than, Ducat or, Sheila, but maybe.
Well, the reason why I brought them up was because if there was some kind of DNA experiment, it's possible these changelings and that whole torture thing were able to communicate through some kind of DNA thing. And again, I'm speculating on whatever they did to the changelings, because I mean, as we just saw, this Daystrom Institute has all kinds of shit from all of these other races, species. They've got Picard's body, Kirk's body.
Right.
What other? I mean, so maybe they have an 8472 body.
Maybe, yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm just trying to think of what can evolve the changelings to become even better at this whole shape shifting stuff.
Yeah.
Simulation overload. Whatever this skull thing is, it's messing with Vedic. Like she's
not having a good time with you.
No.
This whole thing.
Again, I love that jacket on Jack.
Yeah, I like the jacket too.
Yeah.
He looks like a badass there for sure.
Yeah.
And so did Shaw at the beginning.
Yeah.
Shaw's got the badass jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm still just kind of struggling here, thinking about what's scaring this super evolved changeling, because they're definitely not they're not pussies.
No, that's for sure.
Right.
I mean, yeah. And especially how evil she plays it and how well, too. It's just like, if I'm a baddie like that and you're scaring me, then you're even worse, way worse.
Yeah, you're not just a bad person.
Your skull's you're expendable. You are nothing. You're an insignificant life form. I'm going to end you,
I really like the Par Wraith because that makes sense in that context.
It does.
Because remember, the Par Wraiths were the Bajoran god.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought we kind of cleared up the Paul Wraith, and they were
not really.
Pretty tightly wrapped away, I thought.
No.
I
mean, the whole red glowy thing we've seen from the beginning of this series. I immediately went, that's Par Wraith.
I mean, it definitely looks like it. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is, we did see the Borg with had red eyes with the laser thing, but
that is classic DS9 Paul Wraith right there, because remember when Jake got taken over by the Paul Wraith, his eyes are demon red, and Gul Dukat, same thing.
Yeah, this is actually less red than it was in DS9, but that's special effect change.
Yeah.
So I think in DS9 your eyes went solid red, whereas now you're still seeing the pupils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the iris that's changing. Yeah, so he can now read minds.
Which, again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, and then we get a subspace communication from the Shrike. And it's Riker sending out his
I think this was a trap
thing.
Yeah.
It could have been. And then not Riker, Jack's going to his daddy. Dad, I'm all fucked up. Can I just go and I'm causing all this chaos and death and shit. Can I just go and give myself up?
I mean,
and he's like, yeah, nah, we might have an advantage for a change.
I mean, I get it. He's got this immense guilt because all these people have died and all these people on the run, and ostensibly because of him. So I kind of get it. That's a hell of a position to be put in.
He's wigging out because now he can mind read and shit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it suddenly turned into the movie What Women Want.
Triple Commander.
Damn it.
Attack Triple Commander.
Attack Triple. I saw that.
Yep, Attack Triple Commander.
What the hell do they want?
Wait, what? Is that actually a tribble?
Attack
What?
tribble?
Yeah, they showed they had attack tribbles when they were.
Oh, I saw that, but I thought like we actually see a tribble like attack tribble. Like,
What if Richard Gere showed up as a triple episode? Oh my!
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we had no Raffi in this and no Worf. So obviously they were just saving some money on this. We had no Riker, Worf, or Raffi.
Yeah, but wasn't Riker directing?
No.
No, he wasn't direct. No, he
somebody
wasn't
else.
directing this episode.
Yeah.
Because pretty much whoever's they're doing 2 episodes. So this person, I can't remember their name. They've got the next episode, and then I think it's Riker for the last one, maybe. I know. I think the last 2 are written by Terry as well, and his crew.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, they jump onto the Titan, and then this kind of bugged the shit out of me. Okay, so you're gonna set a trap. You're gonna have the changelings and Vatic on. Why the hell do you send fucking Jack and a stupid ensign?
Yeah, no kidding.
okay, in
what-
fairness, she's mentioned ensign, yeah, but she's still Geordi LaForge's daughter. She's not an idiot.
Still.
I know, totally. I totally agree, but you're still gonna have security personnel on board. You're still gonna have other guys. Just
Except
these two.
remember, most of the crew of the
I
Titan.
know, half of them have been shipped off.
Intrepid. They're gone.
Yeah, half of them are shipped off, but you're still gonna have some. You're still gonna have
Yeah.
somebody.
You're gonna have a tactical officer or something.
Yeah, but again, it's also probably so that he's with somebody who he knows, who, if something they get separated, he can confirm that it's going to be her.
I guess.
Whereas if it's a random security dude, he's not going to know jack shit about him and not be able to tell. Although he does go all Jason Bourne and just kill everybody. So
Well, he didn't go Jason Bourne. That's what kind of pissed me off as well. Instead, he controls her, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
So anyway,
we'll get to that.
it's her, and then when the shit hits the fan, she goes, "What do I do? What do I do?" But anyway, they managed, and it's only these 2 that are trapping. Why isn't there some other guys? I mean, you see, sure.
well, it's only Jack that they're interested in. They don't really care.
Yeah,
about the
so
rest
they
of
used
the
him as bait. I get that totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that, but wouldn't you have some other pairs around the ship doing the same thing? But,
Well, they're only after Jack, so that makes sense. That angle.
yeah, but you got the changelings riding around the ship trying to find Jack. There's more than just the few that we see, so you would have other crew members trapping him and trying to waste their ass or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, they managed to trap Vatic. And then this was ridiculous because she should be dead, and I thought they were going to kill her because, like, he's right behind her and can almost just tickle her in the back of the head. And she's just running away, and he doesn't waste her ass. I thought, okay, maybe they were going to kill her, but they didn't.
Yeah.
I thought that was-
No, but again, it's sort of like they're probably sitting there going, we're not really interested in her.
Yeah, but they're wasting people left, right, and center before.
Well, they weren't wasting people. They were just shooting at Jack and her because they all wanted to get to Jack. So
Yeah, but, like, she's just in the way. They would just shoot her. Like, when they beamed in before, they just wasted that other ensign.
yeah, no, I get it.
Okay.
I think this was just set up for cinematic effect, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely set up, but it just made no sense. In like, your
Yeah.
enemy, you're attacking a ship, you're after Jack, you got this ensign right in front of you, who's not Jack. You would just waste their ass.
Yeah.
But anyway. And then, so Geordie's like, well, I'll just beam you out because now you're trapped between these 2 changelings and you're trapped as well. And you can't, we'll just beam you out. And I was like, no, you're not.
Okay.
I can turn myself around by myself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point out. That I had a problem with this. Was like, wait, wasn't he turned off? So he magically turned himself on and
He's
started
turned
to
off.
control ship systems?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right here.
That's
Stasis
continuity,
mode.
jackasses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they did say that. It's
Somebody
like,
didn't
these are turned
proofread.
on. Yeah. But anyway, he's like,
That being
"Screw
said,
you. We want to survive."
Mm-hmm. No, Ken is definitely an
Broccoli.
O'Brien.
He's broccoli.
I couldn't
No.
resist. I think he's more of O'Brien.
Yeah, he's an
I
O'Brien.
lost internet.
I agree.
I actually lost
Oh,
internet.
really? Okay.
Yeah, I
the
lost
hell?
internet. I'm like, what? I thought, what the hell happened? But yeah, I lost internet.
Where the hell
I
is
think we lost
Chris?
Chris too.
Are you there, Chris? Okay. Well, USS Dramalot's system crash.
Moore had a secret switch.
Or, yeah, whatever internet.
I lost internet. I lost internet. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a system crash because I thought it was, but nothing errored out. It yeah, I lost internet completely.
Wow. Okay.
Should be back now.
Yeah, it's good on YouTube.
Good on YouTube. Good on Rumble.
Yes, because we know that all operations officers have to have cats, right?
Well, did you see the picture of the original series, the Overlord?
I did, yeah.
Yep.
That's stupid Halloween episode, Cat's Paw.
Okay, yep. So Kick's going, Rumble's going, YouTube's going. All right, we're back and run. Okay.
What the hell
That
do you
was
want? Oh, I get it. All right. The bowl's empty. Yeah. All right. Fuck
And
you.
exactly on the 1 hour mark, so that was like midday. So they might have done an update or something.
Maybe. Yeah, well, my cat's bowl is empty. That's why I'm being meowed at. So
So,
I better go and take care of it before, there's like chaos and mayhem and disaster.
roger that.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. So yeah, got the whole moral thing, and then we get the story
G'day.
of how bad it becomes.
Chris Tats.
Yeah, that
Cheers, mate.
this shit gets seriously fucked. Like, I'm kind of not happy with the undertone that they retconned into the Dominion War.
Great whiskey studies.
Give it a
Cheers,
refresh,
mate.
Eric. I just lost internet.
Again?
No, just then. I mean, not now, but YouTube kind of lags behind sometimes when connection drops. No, I'm all good now. Yeah, that was weird. Nothing crashed, and I was like, well, everything's still running. Nothing's crashed or errored out or anything. I'm like, what's going on?
No.
Because one by one, each connection just dropped out.
Wasn't there a picture that was either posted on social media or with social media between season 2 and 3 of Denise Crosby visiting the set and the cast of Picard for lunch or something?
Not that I remember. I might not.
There's definitely been rumors she might be in. It's been Picard. I know that, but I don't.
I swear I remember that happening. I can't find the photo. Maybe I imagined it.
Well, she didn't give any giveaways in her interview on Telepod. But, you know, they've been pretty good at keeping stuff under wraps.
Yeah. If you haven't watched any of those after shows with Will Wheaton, the one after 7 was worth watching just for the Tim Russ interview, because that was just fun. He's a really cool dude.
He's
just happy to be involved again.
Yeah, he is. In person, he's such a cool guy. Yeah, it was cool to sit down and have dinner with Tim.
That's awesome.
Tim? Wait for operations officer after he's after the Overlord. So meanwhile, whoever hasn't, you can use your Google account, the same one you log into YouTube. Go over and give us a follow on Kick.
What's the story on Kick? I've never heard of that before, Ken.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a Twitch clone. So it's another platform, the same as Rumble and YouTube.
All right, there we go. Venison pate delivered.
Overlord now happy for 5 seconds.
Yep. She eats better than I do. God damn
Yeah.
Now I have to say, Michael Dorn has been absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Just
do a Warp series for God's sake.
Oh please! I know. Like do a Warp.
He's getting old.
He is. He's 71.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah, 70 or 71.
God,
I mean, remember Star Trek: The Next Generation started in
yeah, I know. It started when I was like 2.
Yeah, 1987.
87. Okay, yeah.
That was 85.
Yeah. No, 87.
It was either 87 or 9. That sounds right.
Yeah. And I would love to see, a Worf series or
1987.
even
I was 4.
Yeah, even just give us a goddamn series with Shaw and the Titan. Like none of this other crap that you got.
Well, they've been. I mean, that's been rumored a ton. Is that they're gonna. They've been talking since season 2 that they wanted to give 7 her own series. So.
I know. That would be okay as long as it's set on the Titan with Shaw and the crew and everything. That would be really cool. But
or somehow she gets a new ship or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but Starfleet
through
Academy.
that she gets promoted to captain or something.
Yeah.
But and again, Starfleet Academy doesn't sound terrible. At least it's going into the future. I know all the speculation that we're all worried about as they turn it into some woke.
No, it will be because it's an offshoot of Discovery, so it has to be. Like,
well, again, I've watched none of Discovery, so I don't know. But they always have the opportunity to say, you know what, we're going to make this actual Star Trek and not some weird ass stupid series that has nothing to look, feel. I mean, they should just go to Farscape and just call it Star Trek Farscape. It's just as Star Trek-y as that show was.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not hopeful for this Starfleet Academy crap.
Oh, I'm not either because of all that shit. But
yeah,
at the same time, at least it's in the future. At least they aren't going to be held down and limited to canon, and they won't piss us off constantly if they do deviate from canon because they're in the future.
They'll probably find a way to piss most of us off because that's basically I think Discovery was just the way to piss all of us off.
That's the default setting, you reckon, Yoda?
Yeah, just I mean, aside from Anson Mount and Michelle Yeoh, Discovery can just take a fucking hike. That's it.
I'm actually shocked. It's a 7.0 on IMDb. The series as a whole.
Ugh. Really?
Yeah. So Star Trek Picard. What's the comparison? Picard's a 7.3.
Yeah. Well,
That's meta. That's actually not real fan people watching it.
Yeah, I mean,
well, the Next
season
Generation's an
1 and 2.
8.7. So that gives you some kind of idea of what.
Yeah,
I mean, right.
Yeah, season 1 and 2 of Picard don't exist. Same with STD.
I never got past season 2 of STD. It was so freaking bad.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Like, I was just like, this is not Star Trek, and what is with this weird shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
We're gonna piss on everyone's parade for a second here, because if you look at the trajectory that season 3 is following, it's aiming to be darker than even season 2. So really, we haven't really gotten any better than we were.
I mean, I guess in that regard, but at least they've stayed true to the characters in canon.
True.
I mean,
I'm just glad this feels like we're watching Star Trek again, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's a shame that they squandered Q in the last season, because he could have been really brilliant here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I had to go to. No, there's definitely something wrong with YouTube because it just keeps buffering.
Well, I'm looking at it now, and it's running fine.
Yeah, it seems fine now.
Yeah, it's fine now.
I just had buffering like as soon as you said that.
Yeah.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
It's buffering again now.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, whatever. Maybe YouTube is shot the bed.
Mind you, there's 4 people watching on YouTube, which means not even everyone here is watching on YouTube. Mind you, there's 4 people watching on YouTube, which means not even everyone here is watching on YouTube.
Okay, just got that repeated.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm looking. Checking on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, now it's doing it again. Yeah.
Are we playing with the repeater? Are we?
Something's not right.
I'm trying to think if I want to bring this up now or what.
I'll
save it for later, because I didn't notice it until close to the end.
I didn't realize Voyager lasted till 2001.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we actually did have Star Trek made it into the 2000s.
Oh yeah, I mean,
With it losing connection in the middle of everything. Well, you look at his wife. That's why he suffered. All she did.
Oh man, that would be absolutely phenomenal if he made a cameo. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the second time I've bottle chugged that crap Donald, and both times I've regretted that. Just fucks me up.
Oh, West Cork, it's awful. It's terrible. I'm just
trying to get rid of the bottle because I keep balking and drain pouring because I spent like $58 on it, but it's so bad.
just throw it into some Coke or something at one point.
That's a thought.
What whiskey is this?
It's a West Cork 12-year-old rum cask finish Irish whiskey.
That sucks that it's a 12-year-old and it's still that terrible.
Oh, it's fucking awful. Like, ugh.
Well, the problem, Dustin, is that whatever they finished it in, it was a really wet cask. So you have a combination of West Cork's distillate, which is on its own, and this really wet rum cask, which I have to guess was some sort of Jamaican rum just because of how funky it is. And it makes for a really, really rough pour. Sometimes it's okay, and other times you're just like, oh, because it's just so weird.
Man, I just looked up call him Meanie, however you say his name.
Meanie. Yep.
Man, that dude is like fucking doing everything. Like just his IMDb going back to 2021 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You're probably why we won't see him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but none of this stuff looks like it's so major that he couldn't like throw in an episode of Picard.
I almost want to see Barkley more, just because typically when Barkley shows up, it's usually more entertaining. Because he pulls some crazy shit out of his hat and saves the day.
Yeah, after he stumbles over his words.
Man, this guy seriously just never stops acting. It's crazy.
Everything all right, Ken?
It looks good on YouTube.
Feel good now?
Refresh.
Well, I'm still dropping some frames. I don't know why.
Yeah, it looks good on my end, so.
Yeah, everything looks fine here.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, let's roll.
Wait.
This
Let's roll. Yeah.
Rock and roll from Finders.
Yep.
So all the crazy experiments with the 10 changelings, including Vatic, that were trying to Section 31 was trying to turn the changelings into a super weapon they could use, and then
well, that's where I'm actually was thinking when I saw this part of it that they had found.
It's Roman.
Cheers, mate.
Probably 10 of the non-linked changelings. You know how they were sending them out all over the galaxy.
Yeah.
Whether or not they found, because they knew about Odo and how Odo was found, so they then went out and found where all these other infant changelings were sent, and they've got them all, and that's why they're just small and in the tube.
It can make sense.
How badass you have to be to.
They're not connected to the link because they've never been connected to the link, and
good point.
And the thing that she says, well, we gave you the cure, like Picard says, and she's like, no, Starfleet elected not to give it. They had to steal it. Like, damn.
Yeah, that was new information. That definitely painted the stuff.
Yeah, when everybody thought that they gave them the cure, it was like, no, that just said not to, and they stole it from them. Like, damn, that's some dark.
Yeah, and that kind of cancels out the whole Odo angle. You know, when he went into the link and cured everybody, it was like,
yeah, it's like, okay.
All right.
Yes, definitely dark.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I think, Nick, because that was probably the first person that she touched who was able to take on that form.
Yep.
And it's basically her way of manifesting all of her pain is to have that face in front of her all the time.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what Odo did too, right? He kind of took the face of the scientist to.
Yeah.
Yep. And it makes sense if you're changing. That would be the first form you'd be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I like how the Striker's got nice big spotlights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then on the
because that's how they find things in space is lights, not sensors.
Yeah, just big old lights. So then we get this backwards and forwards between Beverly and Riker. Is like, I mean, Picard is like, nah, we're just gonna waste her ass, you know?
Yeah, like when they got the
bad.
phasers ready in that scene, I was like,
Yes.
oh, this just got even more dark. Like, okay.
It's dark.
And then somehow in the future, phasers don't work the way they used to either, which is weird.
Yeah, and then Geordie's pleading to Law, trying to find a bit of data in there to pull him out because, you know, his daughter's about to get wasted.
Yeah, this was another super dark scene with Geordie and like Lore. Just like
good acting on LeVar Burton's part. This was
absolutely. Yeah.
And Brent Spiner, yeah.
Yeah, because that's really like the first time in the episode I started seeing Geordie back again. Like up to this point, it's kind of, who the hell is this guy playing Geordie? Like, this seems weird. And now it's like, all right, I'm starting to see Geordie again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was definitely Geordie. It was like you broke. You know, I was broken when you put me back together, and it's like, wow.
And then
He should have just been like, Data, just think of Tasha Yar's ass.
You don't need another motion tip for that. So yeah, we're about to see an execution of a prisoner in Starfleet, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I had that thought too. I was like, wow, okay. This is getting even more dark. Like, oh shit. All right.
Yep, this is definitely dark. And then Data drops the force fields and she turns into goo, and they're shooting at her, and it decides to just
bugger off. Yeah,
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Apparently phasers again are just not as powerful in the future.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be like in one scene you see Jack just vaporize a changeling, and then in this scene the 5 shots into it and doesn't do anything. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but maybe they don't have the phaser right up to max, although it looks like it is by the level.
I think our
they
chief
definitely
engineer
got some shots. Yeah, I think our chief engineer is
in maintenance mode
not Jim.
again.
Yep.
Not Jim.
Yep. I saw Jim starting to drink earlier, and I was just like, I don't know if he's gonna make it. He's doing a live stream and drinking.
Yeah.
Well, he did say in the in the Discord chat that if he had to mainline like caffeine or whatever, it wouldn't happen again. It's like, well, okay. I mean,
engineering this.
Yeah, well, engineering needs to go into maintenance mode every once in a while. So, yeah.
Well, you have to make sure everything's running. You got to do full diagnostics and shit.
I basically said to him on his stream this morning that he was starting to run the dilithium chambers down a little bit low all the time, and
Yep. The dilithium matrix is getting a bit low. We need some more dilithium crystals.
Yep.
So then we get Jack is able to now control other people. It's like, what?
Yeah, this fucked with me a little bit. I was like, the red eyes and everything, I'm like,
that's not very Paul Wraithy. Like there.
No.
No.
The fact that he, was helpful. I'm like, it's not quite Paul Wraithy, but who knows? Like at this point, I feel like we're in for like a total mind fuck in the last,
Mind you, what species has mind control and telepathy?
8472.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's what it is with Jack though. Like I can't imagine I just don't understand how this all connects. Like that's because
well, I mean, we're about to be bent over the barrel and fucked. Mind fucked.
Yeah.
That's,
like Nixon, how did they miss? I'm like, they were just two of them. Well, like they can shoot. They've been around a phase. Yeah. But old lizard who Vatic decided to just disappear with I don't know.
Yeah. I will say that
crazy scene where he's controlling her and takes down this guy.
I will say the choreography in this scene was amazing. Like whoever
it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Whoever was in charge of doing it did a really fantastic job.
This kind of brought me back to the first scene or second scene or whatever from the first season of Picard when the androids were just like whooping everything up. Only this was a little.
I just wanted to see him go full Jason Bourne again instead of.
Yeah.
Well, but he couldn't because they were separated by the force field.
They were separated. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if Starfleet had stormtrooper training. Exactly. Can't shoot anything. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, they're effectively military trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when Data came back in that scene, I was like, oh, okay. Whew, breathe.
I'll try, Geordie. I'll try.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just like, yep.
And then she's like, did you just control... Oh, get the hell away from me, you freakazoid.
Fine, I won't give you the dick today. But you know you want it.
Yep.
Eventually, she'll get it.
Yeah.
She's just as interested as he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she's more into it.
And then Beverly works out that we can track them with this 100 isotope or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then Shaw's like, yep, no worries, we'll take these guys out, and nope, they're gonna take you out, and you're fucked. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how Shaw got the shit kicked out of him again. He's just constantly getting the shit
again. And I suppose everyone who doesn't like him, they're like, Shaw didn't have much in this episode. He hasn't had
no,
much.
but
the poor bloke has had a bad run, He's just cruising in his ship. And it's just fucking Riker and Picard come along, and it's just been an absolute fucking shit of a time.
He's basically been demoted to third on his own ship, and maybe even fourth with Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why Seven was in the chair to talk to Tim. I mean, Super. That made sense.
Yeah, and the whole thing though is like for Captain Cock, there's got to be a huge, sizable population out there of Trek fans that are just doing the whole Data thing, going, "Yes, we see him getting his ass kicked."
I remember when Short said, "You can't find a grain of dust on my ship." Exactly. There's no dust on my ship, but there's plenty of blood.
Yeah, no kidding.
Vaporized changelings and shit. Yeah.
Well, the cleaning crew got reduced a little bit during this episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, when she addresses the ship in this scene, I kind of got goosebumps. I was just like, Bond baddie?
She was definitely her father in a lot of this.
My God, yeah.
Yeah.
She was definitely channeling her father, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was spinning around in the chair in Star Trek 6, and he's like,
Yeah. And then
havoc,
she does those couple
and
of times.
let's snip the dogs of war.
Today,
I wish she was some kind of.
bound.
I guess she is Khan. She's a genetically modified changeling instead of genetically modified human. But I love the character, except that she's a changeling.
Yes, exactly. Even her outfit is reminiscent of like Chang's robes. Yeah.
Yep.
Just
Totally.
yeah.
And the way that she's playing with her hand, and it's like,
Yeah.
Mr. Skull Man, I'm good now. We've got him.
That's the other thing. Like, the whole hand thing also harkens back to Star Trek 6 when, you see Christopher Plummer as Chang going, Trickesta, we not bleed. And he's got his hand there, and it's just like,
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, she is badass.
No, she is perfect.
Top shelf, Dustin.
And like you say,
Cheers, mate.
She's got to be a Bond villain. It'd be so good.
Oh, God, man. Like, I thought Javier Bardem was the ultimate Bond villain, but she's playing it here in Star Trek. It's like, what?
Can you just imagine her in bed with Bond?
I just want to see her right now in this scene. I just want to see her lean over and pick up a cat. We'll just beat that.
Hey, how about seeing her after sleeping with Bond, just smoking a cigar afterwards? Very well done.
Very well. Satisfactory.
It has been satisfactory, Mr. Bond. And then she just goes like that, like her father.
Well, the girl now.
Torpedo, and then the baddie's
girl now, right? So it's very satisfactory, Mrs. Bond.
Yeah.
So there we go. So now we got to wait till the next episode to see what's happened. And yeah, like a lot of people have watched them and said, yeah, this episode 7 and 8. So I might have to watch this one and then watch 8 back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you guys in for our epic 10-hour stream where well, not 10-hour stream, but where we just keep back
we're doing it.
Yeah, 10-hour Discord hangout. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're doing it. So once
make it into a full movie.
Yep, I'm gonna cut the whole thing into a full movie, so we get rid of the ending and the bit of all that stuff, and it'll be, and of course I'll have the intro music at the beginning, and then we have the credits at the end, so it'll be like a full epic, movie.
And every time I see the credits for Picard season 3, I'm just like, oh man,
yeah, it's like, so good.
First Contact theme, the Elcars, and then the Star Trek theme. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Just.
Am I the only person?
I was hopeful of me that, there was a big chunk of me that just wanted to be so optimistic that we were going to get Shaw in Star Trek Legacy, and he's going to be on the Titan and going forward with Terry Matalas at the helm. Yeah, I've been depressed the last few days because we're not going to get that.
I'm keeping hope alive that somehow they figure a way to make it happen.
Yeah,
I hope it happens. I mean, I've got no hope, but I want the spark to be lit again. But
I just they've been talking about it too much. They keep coming back to all these rumors that Seven's going to get her own series. It's been going on for 2 years now. Usually when there's that many rumors and that much smoke, something comes out of it. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't see it. I mean, we're going to get Section 31. We're going to get Starfleet Academy. We've still got Discovery fucking horse shit to finish off. We've still got
Discovery was done.
Worlds. We've got so many. There's not any room.
Yeah,
it's done, but it's not finished yet. They've got their last season, which they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why don't they just scrap it and throw it away? Like, seriously.
Oh, I know. But they just want to keep filing upwards. They just keep doing it. Kurtzman has got his teeth into Star Trek, and he's not letting go.
Paramount actually.
Oh god!
Seems
I
to
just
like
typed in
what he's
Wyatt
doing.
Star Trek Discovery on Google. So the first fill-in option is so bad. Second is ending. Third is canceled. Number 4 is so bad Reddit.
Yeah, just
Then not on Netflix, ending with season 5, and then there's so woke. Then there's just bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ben.
Good
Yeah,
day.
it is just bad.
Whiskey uncensored. Cheers, mate.
And I know some people actually like it. But yeah, good for them, but it's not Star Trek.
I just don't understand who even knows this thing exists who would like it. Like, in order to watch that show, you have to know what Star Trek is. And once you watch it and you realize it's not Star Trek, you're like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that have never seen Star Trek and they've been watching it, and there's their introduction to Star Trek.
I just don't understand how that's possible. Like, how did you discover who has Paramount Plus except Star Trek fans? The whole thing's a total piece of shit.
You go into a streaming service or you see, oh, there's a show, I'll watch it. And, yeah.
But I thought it was only streaming on Paramount Plus. That again, only Star Trek
No,
fans.
they put this on free-to-air TV on Star Trek Discovery. They couldn't even get the whole thing on there, but they did put
Mr.
it on there.
GMT.
Again,
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, GMT.
G'day, Mr. GMT. Well, that's what a lot of people have said. This is Star Trek written for people who don't like Star Trek, written by people who don't like Star Trek. That's Star Trek.
It's so goddamn stupid, honestly. It's awful.
It's just not, even if you take the word Star Trek away from
Nightbot.
it, it's just really bad written
Whiskey
sci-fi.
uncensored
I
high
mean, you
fives
can't
lightsabers
have-
greater than phasers.
You can't have points of light appearing simultaneously across the universe. That is against the physics of the known fucking universe. Just stupid shit like that. Sonars in space and don't get me started. I'll have a fucking yeah. Anyway.
Greater than phasers. I don't know.
That's a different genre.
Yeah.
And if we want to talk about another franchise that's gone down the fucking toilet, then Star Wars is definitely way up there.
Yeah.
I've quit paying any attention to Star Wars. They're putting out too much content now. On top of it all, it's just like, you can't just like bombard us with just never-ending, just piles of shit.
Yeah, and that's what's
Nightbot.
happened to Star Trek as well. It's just
Like,
Whiskey
even some of the
uncensored
stuff
high
that's been
fives mushroom trek.
good has been just too much.
Mushroom Trek.
yep, mushroom track, exactly. Fucking mushroom track.
Yeah.
At least if they were on mushrooms when they wrote it, it would actually have some cool shit, but they can't even do that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point after Picard, for me it's like Starfleet Academy. Maybe I might watch 1 or 2 episodes to see what it's about, but I have to hold out hope for Strange New Worlds, and then Lower Decks we know is going to be awesome just because it's a great trip and a great laugh.
I guess I gotta go
Yeah.
watch Lower Decks, 'cause I think I watched like 1 episode and didn't. I don't know. Like, cartoons aren't for me, but maybe I need to try it.
Dude, when they have the General Martok, card game or
Yes, when they're playing the game, that is so good. And
Or
Riker is so fucking good. It is like
He
kick-ass Riker. He's doing the Riker leg maneuver. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, it's great fun. It just.
I mean,
so
it's not
awesome.
Star Trek as in what we want from Star Trek. It's not Picard season 3, but it's just a fun bit of Star Trek.
Honestly, it is
Yeah.
Star Trek. I mean, they actually treat the source material with more respect than any of the other series. They just make a parody out of it, which is even
Yeah,
better.
it's a parody, but it's Star Trek characters talking about Star Trek.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
at least they, treat the source material with some reverence, for Christ's sake. Not like, fucking STD or, Picard season 1 and 2, which.
Oh, I tell you, yeah, they definitely give it respect, and there's lots of little Easter eggs that only true Star Trek nerds will actually get.
And we get Quark in Lower Decks as well, too.
Yeah.
So, what's not to like?
It's going to be weird to see Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks when they do their crossover. That's going to be weird.
You know what? I'm pensive about it, but I'm also hopeful at the same time. I think it could work really well, or it could go horribly wrong. There's no in between.
Yeah, it's going to be strange. Yeah, like you say, it could be really bad, or it could be really cool. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, after watching, rewatching some of the episodes of Strange New Worlds, it's growing on me more. Some of the things that still bothered me, from before really bother me now, but at least there's some hope, a little sliver of hope there. Because, it's a prequel, and we know what's going to happen to Pike, but it's going to be fun seeing, how he gets there, at least. That's how I'm viewing it now.
I know you like it more than I do. I kind of,
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's got huge potential. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and I think for like a debut episode of a Star Trek series, I thought Strange New Worlds was perhaps the best debut episode for a new Star Trek series, period. Like
DS9 was really good.
Before this anomaly, which is Picard season 3, is definitely the best of modern Trek. 100%.
No, it definitely, and
I
mean, at least they're sticking to the episodic format. Like, I love the episode, the Elysian Kingdom, when Dr. Mbenga goes to the bridge and finds out the whole crew's been turned into the novel that he's reading to his daughter. I thought that was just such a great shout out to the original series.
And they had fun. They had fun playing that as well. You could tell.
Oh yeah. Like, absolutely. Live long and suck it. What?
Ben's just mad we're not on with his stream, I guess.
Didn't he end his stream a while ago?
I don't know. I wasn't checking.
Ben said, apologies, I'm fucking wasted. I'm like, no, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. It's all good, brother.
Blanca likes Street Fighter 2.
Yeah. All right. I suppose we'll wrap this episode up. And stay tuned same time next week for episode 8. There's only 3 more to go.
God, I can't believe
Been off air for a few hours. Yeah.
Off air.
It'll be interesting to see what we get next.
I keep checking Pirate Bay, hoping somebody leaked the last couple episodes. I hate this waiting. I want to see the end.
Oh, come on, man. I don't want to know. I want to watch it. I want the expectation of waiting.
Yeah, me too. Like,
watch it.
I like the marathon. I like marathons.
Don't you remember like when Best of Both Worlds came out and you had to wait a whole summer to like see, the next episode?
Yeah.
As a kid, I hated Star Trek doing that stuff because the other thing that happened to me where I lived on Star Trek was they kept changing the time it freaking aired. So I would miss episodes despite every week checking the TV listings.
Nah, man. I have to say I was very, very spoiled here because there was a TV station here called City TV, and they would brand themselves Your Federation Station. And for the last episode, for the last episode of Star Trek TNG, they actually had a watch party at Skydome here, so the big baseball stadium. 45,000 people turned out.
Oh, wow.
There was a season of Voyager, Donald, where I had to watch every episode at 2 a.m.
Ugh.
Voyager did get pushed in a shitty slot.
It did, yeah.
Actually, I remember it wasn't until I was
and Enterprise was even worse.
That I finally saw part 2 of the 847 series, like episode. I saw that first episode, where they're destroying the Borg, and then I didn't get to see the second episode for like a decade. And I watched that first episode probably 30 times.
Wow.
And they never followed it up with part 2. I was so mad.
Species 8472, when they came in and just wiped out those Borg cubes, that my jaw dropped. The same when we first encountered the Borg in Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
That was like, holy shit. The Borg was such the big bad, and they were terrifying, and then the Species 8472 just went, meh.
What? We'll just up the ante.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking with our space? Nah.
Yeah. Hey, we all watched 7 to 9's Rack. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we did. But
and
yeah,
that was a big motivation of the network putting her on the show.
I think I actually posted in the Discord some of the clips of like the last TNG watch party here in Toronto, where it was like 45,000 people.
Man, I was even watching your stream today. I just didn't talk.
I mean, I'll repost it. I think I already did, but I'll put it in the Whiskey Trek.
Oh, it might have been ages ago.
Yeah, it might have been.
Here in Australia, when Star Trek was airing on the TNG and Deep Space Nine, it took forever for it to come on the networks here. Obviously, we didn't. Yeah, it took forever. So I was lucky that my English teacher in high school, I think it was like year 8, 9, 10. He was an English guy doing English class. And each Wednesday we had a double class. And he's a diehard Star Trek fan. So his brother, when it aired in the UK, would send him the VHS tapes. And he would wheel out the little TV and we'd get to watch Star Trek. And half of the class was like, ugh! And half of the class was like, awesome! So I got to watch Strange New... the Borg episode of TNG. I got to watch it back to back. And that was just awesome. Awesome. So I got to watch it before anybody in Australia, pretty much, other than some people that had connections like that. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Maybe a satellite back then. Satellite was around by then, right?
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
Not really.
Not for us.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a couple of free-to-air TV stations, and it took forever to get anything from the States.
Yeah.
You didn't have I guess they didn't have Southern Hemisphere satellites.
No, not really. And if they did, it would have been absolute shit, and it would have cost you 5 mortgages worth to connect to it.
It was not. I mean, satellite was definitely not a cheap thing here in the States, but a lot of people went to it.
So I just posted some of the clips in the Whiskey Trek in the Discord.
Awesome. I really want to watch this whole show in a cinema. It'd be fucking great. Just,
Oh man.
It would play very well in a cinema. You're right.
Yep.
Yep.
It'd just be amazing just to have a really good cinema where you can have beer and food, and you just kick back with a whole bunch of Star Trek nerds and just watch the whole thing for the whole night. It'll be amazing.
Yeah. They've really done a good job. Like I said, I feel like they dragged out a few things a little long. They've had a few flaws, but yeah, overall it's been great. And it's just so nice to have.
Overall, yeah, there's only been little nerdy nitpicks that we've been picking at, but overall, it's pretty fucking good.
And I mean, the SFX with the CGI and everything, some of the shots are just stunning.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Yeah. And that's on low budget. That's like bottom shelf fucking effects, what you can do these days. And wow.
I mean, on the big screen, they would be absolutely mind-blowing. Like,
that would
of course, we're the kind of people who could watch the original Star Wars without the updated enhancements and be like, yeah, it's still fun to watch in the theater.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
or even the TOS before that Japanese company went in and redid all the SFX.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's the story that pulls you in. You're in it.
Yep.
No, I was sitting there watching the original Battlestar Galactica, and it has dated, but it's still good.
The other day I watched Star Trek 6, and the effects are still fantastic in that, especially when the Excelsior gets caught up in that wave. I was just like, holy crap, they did that in 1991. Wow.
I wish I had a 4K TV because I want to see the motion picture on 4K, the re-release that I've just done, the director's cut.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's that needs to be a cinema release. That would be so good.
Yeah, I think if they remastered all of those films, they'd be stunning to watch. Like, honestly,
Well, they are. They're bringing them all out. I mean, I've got the mastered box set that came out.
Yep.
For the first 9 movies, and they're good. But yeah, imagine them redone in 4K. That would be.
Yeah, like Wrath of Khan, the starship porn. When they're side by side, right? As Khan's like fire in 4K.
Well, if you want Star Trek porn, motion picture is definitely the porn.
Oh yeah, when they're flying around the Enterprise, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really find that I need 4K. It's okay, but to me, I mean, as long as you've got good quality 1080p, I'm pretty happy.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only got 1080.
Unless you, I mean, like right now, this is technically a 4K monitor in front of me, but it's a very low quality one.
I've got a 4K TV in LG, so.
Yeah, but from what I've seen, like I mean, I think 4K starts being helpful if you're getting over 70 inches, and that I don't have.
No, I don't have that either.
Yeah,
but
like you start getting really big.
No, yeah, it is the size of the screen and the viewing distance, and and you want something that's OLED, so it's got good dynamic range, and now you've got HDR and a lot of content now.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the quality of blacks and stuff really makes a big difference on when you're really getting into that stuff. But like from seeing people, I don't need to see you in 4K. It doesn't always look that good.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, yeah, well, that's true.
I remember watching Breaking Bad in 4K, and man, Breaking Bad was not meant to be watched in 4K.
Would this be meant to be watched in 4K? I don't think so. Just bunch of 3 bald guys and an Aussie with hair, and we're not the most attractive bunch, so you don't want to see everything on us.
Yep.
No.
This is you for life.
Well, watching Breaking Bad.
Nobody wants to see this.
Could you imagine Breaking Bad in 4K? And he went Walter White went from this badass to some dude who I was pretty sure was wearing Depends. Oh, it's Grandpa.
I mean, could you imagine the Mankini streaming 4K when Old Man Joe?
Oh no!
It's just nope.
Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never gotten so drunk and so intentionally on the Whiskey Tube channel before. It's just I'm drinking, boys. Yeah. I want to pass out. This is terrifying.
Yep, that was definitely a one to get drunk. That's for sure. Yeah.
I don't think any of us were sober by the end. That's for sure.
No, I'm gonna drink until I can't see.
Yeah.
It was a great fundraiser though.
It was. I mean, even though there was more white flesh than Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, now that we've made it through, I'm gonna start drinking again. I'm gonna grab a beer.
Yeah, I might join you in a beer. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. All right. Is anyone streaming? We'll gravitate over to whoever's streaming.
I know. Mark went on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he's got his veterans thing, and I'm pissed that it's running at the same time as.
Bubble Bath Bourbon went on about an hour, about 30 minutes ago as well.
Okay, and isn't
and Vic's on?
Going? Yeah.
I think Vic was doing a charity stream or something, so I don't really want to hop into that or chaoticness.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll wrap this up and we'll hang out in the background and see what's going on. Cheers, everybody.
All right.
See you next time. Live long and prosper. Nanu.
Shazbut.
Yeah, so it looks like spirited watch discussion the other day.
What's that?
So you missed our spirited watch discussion the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, we had
Hey.
Jonathan coming. It was